Dr. Dan sends his warmest regards and his deepest regrets for not being able to be here. But he is doing what he's been doing most of his adult life. As you all know, he's a surgeon in Hazard, and he has spent his life helping the less fortunate, and that's where he is today. You'll also remember that he came within a hair of doing away with that other senator from Kentucky, Jim Bunning, with over 850,000 votes cast for him. So I'm very proud to have Dr. Mangiardo as my running mate. You know, it is time for a change in Kentucky. I think we all know that. And I want to congratulate you young Democrats here and all of the different clubs represented here, as well as the state organization, for revitalizing the Democratic Party. The efforts that you have made in recent elections speak for themselves. And I think that the third district race here speaks for itself. I thought Ann was gone, but she's back. But we'll take care of that too if Ernie doesn't. It is time for a change in Frankfort. When you look down at what has been going on for 3 years, it's very easy to come to that conclusion. But the kind of change that you're going to get is dependent upon who you select in this Democratic primary and then how things go in November. My friends, it is time, it is long past time for some honest, experienced leadership with some integrity in the governor's office in Frankfort. And that's the kind of leadership that Dr. Mangiardo and I are offering to you and to the people of this state this May. One of the first things that we're going to have to do is to restore the confidence of the people of this state in the office of governor, because you and I both know that it has been severely damaged over the last 3 years. And the first item on the agenda has to be limiting the governor's power to pardon people. Governor Fletcher not only pardoned folks that had been indicted, his political cronies that had been indicted, he even stepped out and pardoned those who weren't even indicted yet, who had not even been accused yet, just in case they had done something wrong too. Folks, the power to pardon was never meant to cover up the criminal acts of political cronies. And it is time to limit that power so that that kind of action never happens again from any governor in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We've already spoken out on something else too, and that is on the issue of expanded gaming. The people of this state well know that the Commonwealth is not in good financial shape right now. We have been robbing from the retirement system, the teachers' retirement system, from the road fund, just to have enough money to make it look good when we go and issue a few projects, give out a few dollars, and say we've done well. Well, those folks that are trying to go to college right now and see that tuition going up every year know that we haven't done well. We haven't funded our universities the way they should be funded so that that tuition doesn't have to go up. Some of the scholarship programs and the loan programs are in trouble because we have not funded them the way we should fund them. But let me give you a word of caution here. Throughout this campaign, you're going to hear all of these candidates making promise after promise after promise. Now, that's fine. We'll all have ideas. A lot of them will be good ideas. But I challenge you to do this. Every time one of these candidates stands up here and says, we're going to give you all a world-class education, I want you to hold up your hand and say, okay, how are you going to pay for it? When they stand up here and say, we're going to lower your health care costs, I want you to hold up your hand and say, okay, how are you going to pay for it? Because time and time again in all of our elections, that's what happens. Candidates stand up and make all of these great promises knowing that they don't have enough money to pay for them. Daniel Mangiardo and I have a plan to pay for our promises. We are going to make sure that the issue of expanded gaming is put on the ballot so that people can vote on it one way or the other. Because, my friends, right now, Kentucky citizens every day are going across this river right here and spending billions of dollars. And we're educating Indiana kids, we're paving Indiana roads, we're creating jobs in Indiana. I say it's time to keep Kentucky money at home and take care of Kentuckians. We are going to be the responsible candidates because we're going to tell you how we're going to pay for the promises that we make. It is time that we have change in Kentucky, but the only way the change is really going to come is when we create the revenue to do it. I ask you to follow us on www.stevebeshear.com as we go through this race. We need your help, we need your support, and with that help, we're going to win in May, and then we're going to clean out that mess in Frankfort in November. Thank you very much.